Top Shelf, fine wine and spirits. It's the all-new Crown Royal Black. Pick it up wherever fine wine and spirits are sold. Absolutely on ice or straight up. It doesn't get much better. Okay, we're going to talk NFL now with Ted Arnaud and the AT&T Sports Line. You know, Ted, you look back when Artie Burns came into the rookie season, nobody really knew what he was going to be able to do, but he started 9 regular season games, all 3 postseason contests, and he finished the regular season with 64 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 13 pass defenses. Boy, wouldn't that be nice to see TJ Watt come up as big as he did? He will be splitting time with James Harrison. Do you think that that's a good move, or do you think maybe we are counting our eggs before they're hatched, and James Harrison may not be willing to do that?
I think they're going to have to play off of James Harrison. I think everything's going to play off of him this year because he's got to figure out his role. He's got a certain limited number of plays, and they're going to have to figure out how they do that. But I'm looking forward to their defense this year. I think they've made some good additions. I think they've got some good rookie recruits that are going to add to the program. So I don't know. I don't think they got big name people, but I think they got solid name people.
All right. What about Juju Smith-Schuster along with Rodgers, Bryant, Brown? Where does he fit in, the second-round pick who was recently signed with the Steelers out of USC?
Well, you know my opinion about Bryant. I mean, the best ability in football, as you and I have often talked about, is availability, and his availability hasn't been that great. So I think Juju's got an opportunity. Obviously, the Steelers have had very, very good luck with USC receivers, being as one of the best that's ever been in the black and gold. I think he's going to have the ability to fit right in the slot right off the bat and be a counter wide to Brown in the long run. I think you just can't rely on Bryant, so you got to go with that. I think it was a great move. I love that pick.
All right, now I'm going to talk to Sean Kaiser for a moment, and then it'll kind of transition into our final topic about who's going to break the drought as far as the longest postseason misses going into 2017 and 2018. Sean Kaiser, I just find him very intriguing out of Notre Dame, and I know it doesn't happen that often, but I really think he's going to contribute in a big way this year for Cleveland.
I think he's got to contribute in a big way for Cleveland. Cleveland doesn't have a real starting quarterback. So of all of the rookie quarterbacks who have an opportunity, he's got the best opportunity. And I think he's got the ability to deliver. But, he's got to be able to live through the Cleveland dilemma with coaching changes, quarterback changes throughout the years. And they still don't have a consistency. Obviously, their draft was incredible because they had incredible picks. But I think of all the quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round, he's got the best, first and second round, he's got the best shot.
All right, Cleveland has missed the postseason for 14 consecutive seasons. With a guy like Deshaun Kaiser, Myles Garrett, the first selection taken overall, the very tough Jabril Peppers, who I really wanted to see in a Steelers uniform, you got to believe, if not close, maybe they're even in the postseason this year?
No. I think they've got a long way to go. I mean, these guys are all rookies. They don't really have a leadership position to guide them along. That's going to take a few years. They've had so many changes, quarterback changes, coaching changes, ownership changes within the last few years. I think they have created a nucleus for growth and a nucleus for being in the postseason, but it's not going to even be close this year.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 9 seasons without a playoff appearance. You got to believe that Jameis Winston is coming into his own now. Is there a possibility Tampa Bay could break that streak?
Oh, I do. I think Tampa Bay is a great team. I like what they've done. Their drafts have been great. I think that's a team to watch. And they're in a division that can be upstaged. they can do some damage in that division. So I like Tampa Bay. I like their coach. I like what they've got on the horizon for players. Jameis Winston is a real deal quarterback, and as we know, that's what you need. So I like where Tampa Bay's going.
All right, you got Tennessee. They've been minus postseason play for 8 years. You gotta like what their man who is constructing this team is doing, their GM John Robinson, and you got Marcus Mariota, who many believe, as I do, a franchise quarterback. What about Tennessee's opportunity to break that string of 8 seasons without a postseason appearance?
I don't see Tennessee doing it. I think they've still got the problems with Texas and Indianapolis. I just don't see them doing it. I think they're going to get right to that edge. I think they need one more draft of quality players to get to that level, but they're going to get to that level.
Tom Coughlin back where it all started for him when they were an expansion team, and they are just it's an amazing story to see him back in Jacksonville, and they had a lot of success when he was their head coach, and now he's working in the front office. It's been 9 seasons, and there's been talk about them leaving Jacksonville on numerous occasions, possibly even London. Your thoughts about Jacksonville trying to get back into the postseason for the first time in 9 seasons, Ted?
I think Jacksonville's got a shot. Believe it or not, they have had a great draft. They're in position. I really like Jacksonville. I would like to see them to perform well. Can they get into the postseason? Yeah, they probably can. Can they get in deep into the postseason? No, because you've got some very strong. You're probably going to have the AFC North have 2 or 3 teams in there, and I just don't think they're ready to crack that. But they're very close. They may do it this year. I think out of all the teams, they and Tampa Bay, I think, have a real shot of cracking that drought to get into the playoffs.
Buffalo Bills, 17 seasons, and now it's all up to new coach Sean McDermott. I'm not sure Tyrod Taylor can take you anywhere, but they're going to put all of their hopes on him. What about Buffalo trying to get back to the postseason? And for my friends who are Buffalo fans, I feel your pain.
I just don't think Tyrod Taylor is the quarterback to get them there. I think, if you do the same thing, you're going to get what you got. And I just don't see him as being there, but I think they're building a real nucleus. But, the big problem that they have is the AFC East with challenging New England. You've got the Jets trying to crawl their way back, and Miami, and it's just tough for them to get anywhere.
Last one, going back between St. Louis and LA, the Rams 12 seasons minus the postseason, all on the shoulders of 31-year-old whiz kid, their coach Sean McVay. The Rams, do they get back to the postseason?
No, they get. They may. I don't see them even getting to a winning season. But once again, they're building. All these teams are building, and they've got these young coaches who've got an eye towards the future. I just don't see them getting there right now. But the NFL is going to change drastically in the next 2 or 3 years. You've got a Cleveland building up draft choices. You've got LA building up draft choices. Are they there now? I don't think so. But will they be there in the next 2 years? Yeah, I think they will.
Our NFL go-to guy every Sunday at 12:30 on the Disk Institute of Pittsburgh Newsline on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. And now for Jimmy Joe Savage and Ten Arnaud, I'm Rob Pratt. Thanks for joining us, and good night, everybody.